why I gave up Diet Coke, how I gave up Diet Coke, and why you should too. My name is Meg Moranis, and I teach people how to reconnect with their bodies in terms of knowing what, when, and how much to eat. A version of intuitive eating that helped me so much in the year 2000. I've been eating like this all that time, and it's been amazing after dieting for all these years, all for 25 years. Okay, so when I was first becoming an intuitive eater, I looked at that Diet Coke can, and I thought, it's a lot of chemicals in there, and I'd had a friend who happened to be a neurosurgeon look at me and go, that pickles your brain. And was he right? I don't know. But it kind of made me go, pickles my brain. Wow, okay. This was, Diet Coke of, the year 1999. I'm sure it's changed a little bit, but those ingredients aren't good. Anyway, that really motivated me. And I started really paying attention to how I felt. And one day I drank like 3 in a row. It was a hot day and I was outside. And I'm like, God, I feel awful. And I looked at that can and I said, yeah, I'm going to cut that out and just see how I feel. But how do you do that? Because, I loved the sweetness and I loved the bubbles, and I probably loved the caffeine more than I even realized. I still drink caffeine. I drink coffee. I didn't try to do that. But I did just try to give it up. And how I made the transition, because it's a big deal. If you're used to that, and if you're used to that, yeah, it's a big deal. I started drinking like stuff like this. This is La Croix or LaCroix, however you want to say it. And it's carbonated, whatever. This is just carbonated beverage, not sweetened or anything. So this had the bubbles, but it didn't have everything I wanted because I liked the sweetness. So I started adding some part of like something like this. Now, I don't remember specifically adding this, but something like this. I don't even know if this was around back then, but this is what I still do now sometimes. And so it's a soft drink. I mean, it is, but it just doesn't have that list of crazy ingredients. And it's got sugar in it, but it's got some sugar in it. I'm way more afraid of all those chemicals than I am of a little sugar. So this has, this is San Pellegrino, whatever, water, sugar, orange juice. I mean, nothing scary in these ingredients, unless you're really scared of sugar, again, which I am not. If you allow yourself sugar, you don't binge on sugar. It's binging on sugar that gets us in trouble and makes us feel horrible and our bodies go out of whack. Some sugar is okay, like everything. So how I started weaning myself off Diet Coke is I would drink something like this, and or club soda, just something bubbly, right, that just was mineral water or whatever with bubbles. And then to get that sweetness, I would add something like this, not like Sprite or anything like that, because that has those yucky ingredients too, but something that was more reasonable. And so over time, I swear to you, over time, and I can't believe it, I would never have believed it then, when I take a sip of Diet Coke, like accidentally, because sometimes I'll have a real Coke, I could probably have a real Coke once a week. Yeah, whatever, doctor, whatever, it's fine. 1 Coke a week is not hurting me. It's actually amazing. It makes me feel great. I don't know why. Yes, there's a bunch of yucky ingredients in that too, but moderation in everything. And sometimes I don't even drink the whole thing, but sometimes that hit of a little, bubbly Coca-Cola, the old-fashioned kind, it's probably not the same ingredients, but it's just exactly what I want, and then I'm fine. Anyway, so I try to notice how this made me feel. But now, what I was going to say is, now, if someone accidentally puts a Diet Coke into my drink and I ordered a Coke, I cannot drink it. It's that disgusting. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you have the desire to give up Diet Coke, I would suggest, or diet, whatever. I'm picking on Diet Coke because that's the one I used to drink. Try this. And it's like your body gets used to not having that concoction of chemicals that pickle your brain, and it gets really happy having something like this. So, you could say, well, this has got sugar, this is 130 calories. Okay, what is? But I'm not telling you how to do this, I'm telling you how I do this. I probably have like this much over the course of a day mixing it with this. And it's just delightful. Now it's end of summer, we're in fall now. I might change it up with something. This feels pretty summery, but just a thought. If you want to get rid of that Diet Coke or diet beverage habit, try this. And I am sure that my body is way happier getting off that stuff and having a little bit of real sugar instead of, gallons of that, that other stuff.